I thought this was fake. And then I saw this. And then I saw the chapter. And I'm like, there's just no way the author self-inserted himself into his manga as Kazuya. Bro! Bro, this is reaching levels of Giga Chad, pathetic, unhinged, just hilariousness. I'm getting stun-locked by this revelation of this chapter of Rent-A-Girlfriend. And so, before we go any further, I need to give some clarity here on what's fully going on. Rent-A-Girlfriend is celebrating almost reaching 400 chapters. Chapter 399 had a color page, which gave us a new design for Kazuya, as you could see his haircut, and it also gave us this color page with Kazuya and, Chizuru dancing, or at least holding hands to some degree. And the point of the matter is that this color page celebrates a milestone for the series, that the series is about to enter the threshold of 400 chapters, which is something that, let's just be honest, most authors can only dream of. There is so many authors out there that wish they could even get a manga series, let alone get a series that is like 100 to 150 chapters. But Reiji-sensei, the author of Rent-A-Girlfriend, has somehow been able to craft his series, this romcom series that, let's just be honest, the anime and manga community clown on continuously. He has been able to craft a series that has lasted 400 chapters, over 40 volumes long. It is the length of Dragon Ball. Insane to think about. And on top of that, it is successful. It has 5 seasons of very good art and animation for its anime. Obviously a successful manga. It definitely has a diehard community that absolutely loves it. And to be completely blunt with you, I'm going to say this because I will give credit where credit is due. The Rent-A-Girlfriend community is actually not toxic. Probably one of the least toxic communities I have ever seen. Despite them actively getting shit on, like the series getting shit on continuously, mocked and made fun of, the community is probably the most wholesome and the most just troll heavy and just, kind and wholesome I have seen. Which is just insanity to think about. Like, that's actually crazy, especially in the 2020s when it comes to just how unhinged some of these, like, anime and manga communities can actually be. But back into the main point. Rent-A-Girlfriend is successful. Love it or hate it, it's very obvious it is. And this color page, this moment, celebrates that massive milestone for the series and reaching something that just not many manga nowadays can actually do. Now, with that being said, we do need to talk about the significance of this chapter, what it means, and just why he looks like the author. I feel like this is just... it's very important to talk about, so let's get right into it. So why does Kazuya look like Reiji? Well, it's very, very simple, actually. It's the simplest answer I can give. Reiji is very much infatuated and in love with his creation, Chizuru. Anyone that is aware of Rent-A-Girlfriend and has read the series and just been kind of aware of the author's actions is aware that he absolutely loves Chizuru. There is an article, you can literally type it up. Yeah, I'll say the words. Just type in on Google, author Reiji-sensei jealous over life-size statue of Chizuru going on date. Like, you'll probably find it. You do a search, you'll probably be on a Reddit post or something like that. But basically, the author literally saw a fan win a contest for, going on a date with a life-size statue of Chizuru, the character from Rent-A-Girlfriend. And he got jealous, and he decided to get the statue for himself. He is 100% possessive and in love with his creation. And for a very long time now, within the community of Rent-A-Girlfriend, people have collectively agreed that he is self-inserting himself as Umi, this male character within the story. And thanks to recent actions that has happened within the manga, most likely the author has decided to change it up a bit and just self-insert himself as Kazuya, which is what is obviously going on now. The entire design of Kazuya is literally the author's look. And I think that this opens up a can of worms that honestly you don't really get to see often in manga, which I guess let's segue into that. Let's talk about it. So, first off, let's just say that this is a full self-insert, which, let's be honest, it most likely is. It would be so funny from this chapter onward, chapter 399 to 400 and so on, until the series ends, that Kazuya is just this Giga Chad, always winning, victory driven, and always everything goes right for him character. It would be so funny that from now on, he's constantly winning. He's constantly getting what he wants, and everything falls into his lap. He gets the girl, he gets Chizuru. That would be funny, because first off, it's literally the author trying to fulfill his fantasy within his work. And I think that it's so shameless. I want to see it. I really want to see it. That is so shameless. Please let that happen. But there's another layer. The other outcome here is that Kazuya remains mostly the same. He remains a cuck. He remains like kind of cringy. He remains kind of like how he's always been throughout the series. And he's not completely like bad, like everybody tries to make him out to be. But obviously he is pathetic. And it would be funny if Kazuya doesn't theoretically change after everything that goes on here with the haircut and all that. And he's the same person. Which would kind of elaborate a lot on how the author is, and just like maybe what his interests are, what he's into. Food for thought there. But with that being said though, there is an elephant in the room to talk about. And that is the design change of Kazuya. And why it's so significant, and why I'm even dedicating a video to actually talking about it. So for those that have read a lot of manga, or watched a lot of anime, you probably have picked up on this. It is not something that's revolutionary, or crazy, or groundbreaking to notice. But typically, when a character within a story gets their hair cut, it means a moment of change, permanent change, that either something is different, their psyche has come to an understanding with something that they have been trying to change for a very long time, that they're moving on, they're growing as a person. Typically, that's what a haircut within an anime and manga represents, that they are now different. They have progressed and gotten character development, either in a negative or positive way. They have developed as a character. And so the haircut here is very significant because of the context of where the story is at, what Kazuya is trying to do for Chizuru, trying to get with her, go on a date with her, and all these other different type of things that's going on behind the scenes. This entire moment is very important. It is probably one of the most important moments, especially since he got a haircut. It's very insignificant, obviously, when you think about, like, why would a haircut be so important? But at the end of the day, this is Rent-A-Girlfriend. It's a series that has basically had next to no progression, and when you see a haircut like this, most likely the author is probably about to ramp up progression to some degree. And so I feel like my theory of the author potentially self-inserting and all the success that Kazuya is about to have is most likely because of the haircut, but also the self-insertion. I'm just gonna be honest. But yeah, overall, Rent-A-Girlfriend, man, it's so funny. It's one of those series that I come back to every single week to smile, laugh, get angry, furious, whatever. Because it's one of those series, man, it's so funny. It's so fun to talk about, man. Like, even when I'm angry, it's fun to talk about it. It really is. I like this series, dude. I do. Like, yeah, quote me on that. I like Rent-A-Girlfriend. Even if it pisses me off, I like it. It's so funny to talk about. And this type of stuff is just, I love it, man. I love simple conversations around manga or anime, stuff that I love. But I'll leave it at that. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think about this change in character design? Do you think it is a self-insert? Do you think it's not? Do you think we're looking too deep into it? Be honest in the comments below. But I love you guys. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.